Hello, it's Tynacity here with an update for you all. Please bear with me as I'm recording this on a single screen setup, so though I have written out this message, I do not have a cue screen to align my view with the camera. I'm using the laptop's microphone, and you can surely still see my lips are damaged from the arid climate during my time in the desert the weekend before last. But firstly, I would like to thank everyone who has been able to donate so far. It looks like at the time of this recording, I have received 41 donations totaling $2,358, most of which occurred during the very first day. That is something very humbling, and I do not take it for granted, so thank you. I would also like to express gratitude to everyone who has shared the GoFundMe page with their friends and family online, or even made them aware via call or text. On Instagram alone, it looks like the post itself has been shared in at least 96 stories, and that's not even counting those who shared separate pictures of me with the link or screenshots of the GoFundMe page. So that easily pushes the sharing to be way over 100 times. Though it's hard to fully count the IG stories, the most fascinating part of it all is the heartwarming calls to action that people have taken their time to write. Look, I know I love the folks around me, and they love me in return, but with the level of care expressed through these posts, I was truly taken aback. It's been enough of an emotional time, so I try not to shed too many tears thinking of it. But to convey what I mean, I will take a moment to read a few posts. I would surely read them all, but there's a bit more to touch on after this, and I'm sure you have other things planned for your day. The first one reads, at Tynacity.dj. Share and donate to one of the most talented people ever. It has a few heart emojis, and it references the link to the GoFundMe in the bio. The second one reads, support Tynacity, a real one. The following one says, whether you know Ty from the parties or the protests, you know she brings a ton of love to the community, and it's time to show up for her and give some back. The last one I'll read at this time says, a friend and collaborator needs help. Please consider tossing her some monies if you can manage. Also, she's an amazing DJ. Feel free to hire her if you're looking. Donate here. So thank you to all of the homies who wrote these out. The last post does raise an important point that I may or may not need to make, but would like to emphasize. Throughout this entire period, with some of the health issues that I've shared about, and all the theft, harassment, and other hardship, I've never stopped my efforts to hustle. Many of us know how entertainment and freelance in general can be up and down until you pass a certain threshold. More than ever, I'm determined to break past this current, as I've been able to do at times before. This fundraiser is important right now, but true sustainability comes from being hired for shows, parties, raves, recordings, writers' rooms, and set productions that are upcoming. I am a union-trained utility sound technician and a non-union location sound mixer. I am a post-production sound designer. I'm a music engineer and composer. Everyone knows that I'm a DJ and that I love everything that comes with it and will do it forever. But I also write screenplays and would love to return to assist writers in the writer's room to expand that career path to eventually be a showrunner for primetime TV. I have accumulated a wealth of experience in these fields, finding focus through the multi-faceted quality of my professional capabilities. So please let your network know that I am available for booking and hire. Lastly, I wanted to share some photos and videos pertaining to the background I provided at the outset of this GoFundMe. I was scrolling through my phone this past Friday and came across some photos from when I was going through my kidney malfunction and video that I received from my studio neighbors that captured my catalytic converter being stolen. I feel that it may be helpful for some to visualize as much of my experience as possible, and to also make a good faith measure that any assistance I receive is based off of what I had truly encountered. The weekend before last is when some of my gear and tools were stolen, which occurred while my partner and I were asleep at the desert music event and encampment. The subsequent experience of the MAGA motorcade intimidation and death threat with slurs occurred at very unexpected moments where I was not in a position to take pictures or record on my phone. I did have a separate camera set up earlier that evening in hopes to capture the performances on stage, which it did for a time. But as I surfed through the footage this past Sunday, I found that unfortunately, the camera had died before those interactions came to pass. Fortunately, there are a number of witnesses to the motorcade, and a friend that was approaching the area witnessed the immediate aftermath and last of the intimidation efforts later that evening. With all that has come to pass, I have been working each day to take care of myself and to progress through these times. So in conclusion, I would like to thank you all for any future sharing and donating to this fundraiser. I am working on other ways to bring awareness to the matter so that I can reach my goals as soon as possible, live happily, healthily, and to help others do the same. With all the love, Tynacity.